Hello, and welcome to Cooking Lessons for Dad. My name is Karen Breyer, and today we are going to make easy Italian meatballs. So the ingredients in this recipe are a lean ground meat. You could use beef, turkey, or chicken. Make sure it's lean. 1 egg, a 1/4 cup of finely chopped onion, minced garlic, ketchup, Italian seasoning, salt, pepper, and breadcrumbs. So the first thing that we need to do is preheat the oven to 400 degrees, and I've already done that. The next thing we do is we just mix everything together. So we have one pound. This is actually ground turkey. And like I said, you could use ground chicken, ground beef. Traditionally it's ground beef. Make sure it's lean. And the next thing that we're going to add is 1 egg. Then we're going to have a 1/4 cup of diced onions, kind of cut pretty small. And you could add more or less onions, how you like it. The next is 1 to 2 teaspoons of minced garlic, and that also you can adjust the seasonings in this recipe to how you like it. And I'm a big fan of garlic, so I'm going to put 2 teaspoons. You could also mince your own garlic if you would like. Okay, the next thing is ketchup, and I'm also a big fan of ketchup, so I'm having to put ketchup in my meatballs, but you could leave it out if you want. But try it first because you're gonna love it. So 2 to 3 teaspoons. Tablespoons, not teaspoons. 2, and a little more. Okay, so 2 to 3 tablespoons ketchup. Then 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning, and this seasoning is already mixed up, so that makes it really easy. Just 1 teaspoon. And then we have a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Okay, and then a 1/4 teaspoon of ground pepper, and you can just kind of guess on this. You could measure it if you want, but I'm just gonna guess that was about a 1/4 teaspoon. Okay, and then the next thing is we have a 1/2 cup of breadcrumbs, and you can buy them already made up, or you can make your own in a blender or food processor. You just take like firm, a little bit old bread and tear it in some pieces, put it in the blender or food processor, and you can blend it on low until it turns to breadcrumbs. So that's a good thing to do with old bread. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to mix everything up. So if you want, you can mix it with your hands, or you can mix it in a spoon. Eventually you have to get your hands in there to roll them up into meatballs, so depends how long you want to wait to do that. I think I'm going to wait until I have to, because it's kind of cold and, you know, slimy. So, say you love meatballs and you're trying to cut down on meat, you could also check out my other recipe, pecan meatballs, which is totally vegetarian, vegan, very healthy. So that's another option. You can check it out in one of my other lessons. Okay, so everything is well blended, and I can't avoid it forever. So next we're going to make our meatballs. So you just need a baking sheet. And to make it a little bit easier you want to make sure and wash your hands before and especially after. And if you want to make it a little bit easier, you can get your hands wet. This is wet. Just run them under the water. Okay. So you're going to roll them into about 1.5 inch meatballs. You can actually make them smaller or bigger depending on how you like them. Smaller ones will cook faster, the bigger ones will take longer to cook. And you're going to cook them until they start turning brown and they're no longer pink inside, and the juices that come out of them are clear. No red or pink left. So this makes about 12 meatballs. Okay, so I have more than 12. Got 14, probably I didn't measure perfectly. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wash my hands, then I'm gonna put them in the oven and I'm gonna bake them 20 to 25 minutes. So like I said, until they start getting brown, no pink in the center and no pink in the juice. The juice should be clear. Okay, so I will do that next. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and bake the meatballs for 20 to 25 minutes, and I'll go ahead and set the timer for 20 minutes and come back and check them. Okay, so it's been 25 minutes since our meatballs have been cooking, and I checked them at 20 and they weren't as brown as I would like them, so I put them for 5 more minutes. So you can see they're starting to brown, but the test is I need to check them inside to make sure they're cooked thoroughly, especially since they're turkey, and also if you had chicken, those are important to cook it thoroughly. Okay, so with the fork I'm just going to check on the inside, and it does look cooked all the way. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the oven off, take them out, and we want them to just cool down for a few minutes, because if you try and pick them up when they're really hot, they're going to fall apart. So we'll let them rest just for a few minutes and then we'll try them. Our easy Italian meatballs are ready, and they were very easy, you could see. So the next thing that we need to do is try it. Let's just set some out. So all you had to do is mix ingredients together, roll them in balls, and bake them. And now you could serve these meatballs. You could do a lot of things with meatballs. You could make a meatball sandwich, you could serve them just plain, you could put them on pasta, and you could try my Crockpot Italian Pasta Sauce, which is excellent if you want to check that out in another lesson. Very delicious. I'm going to try one, I'm going to try a couple, I'm going to try a few. They smell so good, I can already tell that they're delicious. Okay, here goes. The flavor is amazing. You're gonna love this. Also, like I said, pasta sauce. It's great. You could make a meatball sandwich, just put meatballs, pasta sauce. You could put in a little mozzarella cheese with your sandwich, or Parmesan, of course. Okay, you can think of lots of things to do with these delicious meatballs. Remember, you could try ground beef, ground turkey, ground chicken. Make sure to get the lean kind, and also check out my pecan meatball recipe in another lesson. Okay, try these this week. You're gonna love them. All right, have a great day. This is gonna be so good.